Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to get started on this artist website, and in this particular video I'm going to set up Divi with a header, upload the logo, create a footer, and a home page. And I've also built all of the other pages, but they're just sort of blank for now. So we're going to have a home page, a bio page, an artist statement, a portfolio, a blog, and a contact page. So stay tuned. We're going to get started right now. So we're going to start building this website. Now this is going to be, I'm going to try to move very quickly, so you might have to pause the video if you want to try things in between, because I'm going to try to make this fast. So one of the things I want to start with is I had organized all of my files that I'm going to use to build this website. So I have some images in a slider folder, I have images in the portfolio folder, and elements or everything else like photos of me, the artist, my logo. This is going to be I'm using my own artwork to build this because I don't have anybody else's. So it's going to be using all of my images, including pictures of myself, so don't be offended. Anyway, so I always start by organizing and trying to put everything where I can find it easily. So this is WordPress. I had just updated the Divi themes, so that's why that screen looks like that. This is what the dashboard looks like when this is the default dashboard, but you can customize this yourself. You can dismiss this, and you can also do, you could turn things off. You can make this your own, so to speak. And this is where all your posts are going to go, your media library, all your pages are in here. This is where you upload the theme. So very quickly I'm going to show you this. These are the default themes that it came with, and then I clicked on Add New, and I've already installed the Divi theme, but I'm going to install a child theme for Divi so that if I do any customization, it doesn't override any, when I update Divi, it doesn't override anything. So I'm going to go to that folder. I had also put in the artist theme.zip, which is my child theme. This is how you upload a theme, and then you activate it. So now when we go to themes, it looks like this. This is the child theme. This is the main Divi theme, and these are the default themes that it comes with. You should leave at least one of these. You can delete the others if you'd like. So plugins. Right now there are no plugins in here. I'm going to start by adding Yoast. Now Yoast is an SEO plugin, and I know for sure that I'm going to want that, so I'm going to install that. And so you just do a search, and then once you've installed it, you've clicked the install button, you click the activate button, and now we have a plugin. So this is how it's very easy to add. You just go, you click the add new button, and now you can search for all kinds of things. If I type in Divi, because we are using the Divi plugin, you'll see that there are all sorts of plugins that are specific to Divi. And one of the ones that I know that I'm going to be using is called Battlesuit for Divi. So I'm going to also install that. So I'll click install now, activate. So this is one of those themes that adds things to the Divi modules. So we'll be using that again later. So next I'm going to Pages. Now under Pages, they give you a couple of samples. This one has like a sample privacy policy, which all websites should have one. Block editor. Okay, this is reminding me that if you use Divi, you really should turn off the block editor. At least I prefer it. So here's the Divi plugin. Go to Theme Options, Builder, Advanced, and you can enable the classic editor. And we hit Save Changes. Let's go back 2 pages. So now when I click on this, we see the classic editor. And you'll see that has a default privacy policy that you can then go in and edit. And or you can go to one of these websites that allows you to create a customized privacy policy. The sample page, it won't look like much yet. You click on the permalink or this view page up here to view what it looks like on the front end. So we have some copy on the left and a sidebar on the right. This is not really, this is kind of boring, so we're going to do something much, much nicer than this. I'm going to start by adding some new pages. So you click Add New, and I'm going to add my bio page. And I'm just going to hit Publish. Nobody's seeing this yet, so it's okay if you hit Publish. Click Add New again. This is going to be Artist Statement. Portfolio. Contact. Okay, so if I go to all pages now, we see all the pages that I just created. Now I'm going to make the sample page be the home page. So I'm going to change this to home. Hit update. Now I'm going to go to the settings under reading, and I'm going to tell it to see. Right now the home page is going to display the latest posts. It's going to mimic a blog, so I am going to hit this little button over here, and I'm going to say that this is the home page. While I'm in here, I'm going to discourage search engines because I don't want the search engines to find this site while I'm building. Then once you launch your website, you uncheck this, and now that the search engines can see your site. So I'm going to hit Save Changes. Okay, so now I'm going to create my menu real quick. So you go to Appearance, Menus, and I'm going to create one called Main Menu, and I'm going to put these 4 pages. Now if you look under View All, you'll find the home page that was created earlier. So now if I click and drag, I can change the order of these things. And I'm going to say that this is the primary menu, and I'm going to save my menu. So if I look at the front end now I see my menu, and here's the Divi logo, which we want to change, and here's the footer. Okay, let's now, if you hover over the upper left hand corner, these are like quick links. I'm going to go back to the dashboard, all pages, no, I'm going to go to the Divi options, theme options. Okay, so here's where we set up our logo. So we click the upload button, and under elements I have a logo. And I'm going to add my name to the alt text with the word artist. And I'm going to say set as logo. Now if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I click Save Changes. So while I'm in here, I want to quickly show you that if you have a Facebook or Twitter account or Instagram, it's as simple as turning these on. I'm going to uncheck Google Plus, and I'm going to turn off the RSS feed, and I'm just going to leave for now these hashtags, but you would put your real links in here, in this section here. So this enables it, and this is where they're going to go. So don't forget to put the URL in there. Okay, so let's look at the front end again. So now my logo is looking kind of tiny, and I'm really not happy with the way this looks just yet. So we are now going to enable the theme customizer. Now in the general settings, we have site identity, which obviously I would want to change this to something more meaningful. Okay. And if you want to set a favicon, like this little, see this little W up here in the corner, you would create a document that's 512 pixels by 512, and it will add it there. So you would select that icon here. But you hit publish. Now we use the back arrow. So all of this I'm going to leave as default, but I'm going to change this theme color to this darker blue. And then typography, I'm going to make the site, the body text of the entire site 16. I want it to be easier for people to read. And I'm going to change this body link also to this darker blue. And the body text I'm going to make black. The header text I'm going to make black. And I'm going to publish. Now I can also change the header text size. That's this home right here. I could change that here. I can also make it bold. And I can also change the font. So let's see, let's go find something like Poppins. Yep. There's no shortcut in this particular. In other areas of Divi, there are shortcuts where you just start typing and it finds the font for you. It's not always quite so tedious. So I don't want the bold. I'm not happy with this font now as a body text, so I'm going to go to, let's see, Open Sans. Much nicer. Okay, publish. Now this changed the fonts throughout the entire website and has made them the default fonts whenever body font is used or a header font. And we're going to ignore background, and we're going to go to the header because we need to fix. Okay, let me show you header format first. So this is the default, the situation over here with my logo on the left and my menu on the right. I can also center it, or I could center inline so that my navigation divides evenly. I can slide in, and then I have that kind of a, or I have a full screen, which opens this way. I don't think that a lot of people are familiar with these little hamburger things and what they are on when they're searching on a desktop. I see people having issues with that. So I stick with the default menu. So now we go to the primary menu bar. And the reason why this is so tiny is because this menu height is tiny, and so is the logo maximum height. So I'm going to make that 100%, which is the size of the logo that I uploaded. And then I'm going to give it I could actually go even larger. And I can also make the font size of the menu type bigger. And I could go down a little bit here to give it some breathing room. So now we have a nice comfortable size logo with some nice type. I'm going to make the text color, right now it's a screen of black. I want it to be black. I want the active link to be this blue. And I'm going to do all caps. So now that I see the size in all caps, I think I want to bring it back down, 14. And I'm going to go and use that open sans that I was using for the body copy. And I'm going to hit publish. Don't forget to hit publish. You have to do that numerous times. This drop down menu line color, I'm going to match that other blue color. Okay, let's use the back arrow. Now if I want to put my phone number and my email address up at the top, I can, it's best to put in the elements. So we're going to say also show social icons. I'm not going to show the search icon, and I'm going to put in a phone number. I'm just going to put in a fake one right now, and my email address. And you'll see where that's going to go in a minute, because now when we go to secondary menu, I'm going to make it this blue color, but it doesn't have to be. It could be white, or maybe gray would be better. I think that blue is just going to be too strong. So now I have to make the text color black. I'm going to exit out of here to see if we then see, here we go. So now we have this top secondary menu. The type is a little small, but we have our social media icons and we have the phone number. So I'm going to go back into the theme customizer. I'm going to make the background a little lighter even. You could see it sort of on the fly. And what I might do is make the text a dark gray because it's just kind of overpowering up there. So since we have these like visual, we're working on the front end and we're visual people, we can, you know, very easily see if we like something pretty quickly. And I'm going to make the type a little bit bigger, maybe even go one more. And again, default font, so let's go find Open Sans so that everything matches. Now, if we were going to have a drop-down menu, which we probably will later, this is the drop-down menu background color. And we'll see what that looks like later, and then we can decide what to do. Okay, so just to show you quickly, there's other settings back here that are global settings. When you're in the theme customizer, you are setting global settings. So for instance, the footer, the layout right now is set to 4 columns. That's this black area down here. I'm going to probably change that to 3. And then the widgets, this header color, I'm going to make white. And I'm not even sure that we're going to keep this black. Let me see where I could find. Okay, this is the text color, this is the background color. I don't know where this, let's see. No. Here it is. Okay, so under layout, you can also change the background color, and we could go with something light instead of black, which then means that we have to make our fonts dark. The link color. And our bullet color can also match. And we can also make them a little bigger. And what you're seeing here, these archives, categories, and meta, that's in the widget section, which I'll show you in a little bit. This bottom bar, we have footer credits. So see here where it says designed by Elegant Themes powered by WordPress. We want to do something a little better than that. So I am going to, let me see, I can't remember what the shortcut was for, okay, here it is. So it's on the Mac anyway, it's Option G for the copyright symbol. And now that replaces that default Elegant Themes WordPress. And we're going to publish, and our same icons from the top are also going to be in the footer, and you don't have, that's pretty much by default. So you can also style a button, and it will carry the style throughout the entire website. And this also allows you to customize your blog posts. And mobile styles, see how it automatically shows you what it's going to look like on mobile. I mean, that was tablet, and this is mobile. See how it keeps the phone number at the top? Okay. And here's your color schemes. We're doing the default. The menu, so here's that same main menu. This is another way to access it. You can make changes on the fly here. And our widgets. So we have, these are our footer areas that are controlling this down here. And this is the default sidebar, which is over here. See, we have search, recent posts, and recent comments. And the footer area number 1 has archives, categories, and meta. And we're not going to change it here, we're going to change it under appearance. Okay, so let's exit here and let's go do that. Let's go upper left hand corner. We can go directly to widgets. For the sidebar, I'm going to take off the comments, and I'm going to leave, I'm going to throw categories in there, maybe. This is going to be for our blog later. And I am going to delete all of these. And here we're going to put in a custom HTML. And here you're going to put, I think you should put your name, however your brand is, and then you can put your address here. Okay, here you can put your address here and your phone number and your email address. Now this is an HTML, so you can actually write some code to do the HTML. I'm going to show you how to do that in part 3. Alright, we're going to do something a little fun. We're going to add a slider to the top of our home page. So I'm going to enable Visual Builder. And I'm going to, this is like use existing content. You can also choose one of their pre-made layouts, or you can clone an existing page. We'll probably do that later, but right now we're going to create a brand new page. And so it's using the existing content that was there. I'm going to hover over this little plus sign. First I should explain, this blue container is a section. The green is a row. You'll see some padding on both sides, as you notice. If I hover over this top area, I can change some of that padding at the top. I can increase it, decrease it. If I want to add a new section, I click the plus sign. If I want to add a new row, I click the green plus sign. So I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to choose a full width slider. And it defaults to 2, so we're going to put in some text, and I'm going to take out this because I don't want to say that much. And I can put my link here. I'm just going to put that for now. I don't know what page I want to link to. I'm going to take away that background, and if I go to the 3rd tab over, I can now add an image. So I'm going to go upload files, select files, and now I have to go to that folder that I had with the slider, and let's see, which one do I want to use. I'm going to use this one. And I'm adding this to the background. So that is adding it to the background. And if I bring this in, you'll see it's totally responsive. And now I'm going to put another one. Take this off. Go back to the background, remove that. Again, 3rd tab over. I'm going to upload another image. I always add alt text because I want my images to be indexed in Google Images as well, and plus it does help with your SEO. Okay, so I'm going to fix this type later, but for now I want to show you we want this at the top of the page. So I am going to click and drag this to the top and let go. So now it's at the top. Now I don't like how it's cropping my images up there, but I do want to show you this dark area again is padding, so I can play with that a little bit, and that brought my images down. But another way that I can fix that is by going into the background area below where I uploaded the images. This has background image position, and I could choose top center so that it's starting from the top of the image down, and it looks better. So also, let me go back in there. For this first slide, I want to go into design, and the title text, I am going to make it, the default is fine, but I want it to be bold, and I want it to be dark, and I also want to bring it to the side. Now maybe bold is a little much, so I'm going to try semi-bold. Okay. Now button, I can go in here and I can completely customize my button. I'm going to make this 16, maybe 20. My button text color is going to be white, but my background color is going to be blue. My border color is going to be blue. Here I can change the border radius, so I have rounded corners. And I can also see the hover. In this case, I can choose even a different color, but right now we're just going to leave that. I also wanted to, on my button, align it here. There we go. So now my second picture, it's like right smack in the middle. I might want to like do something different and take away this top text and just put a button. So I have that option as well. So on this version, I'm going to take out the title. And on the button, I'm going to set the same settings. I'm going to leave it centered this time. Text color was white. And my radius was 10. So now this purple dot down at the bottom, if I click on that, it brings up a save button. Over here on the left, you'll also see, if I want to see what this looks like on a tablet, it's now showing me tablet view. And mobile phone. Something's happening here. I would probably check that on a okay, let me see. Let's look at this on an iPhone, see if it's still doing it. It is still doing it, so I have to troubleshoot that a little bit. Sometimes you'll see it, this is a simulation, so a lot of times the simulation is not really correct, and then you'll see that it's working fine on a regular phone. So one of the things that I noticed is it's cropping too much of my images. So I am going to do some mobile settings. It's because of this padding. So on both of these, I'm going to go to spacing, and I'm going to click on this little mobile phone. So now we have two other tabs. So this is what our padding is, top and bottom on desktop. If I go over to tablet, it looks kind of good, but I'm going to try doing only 100. I think that looks better on a tablet. And on a mobile phone, it's got to be even less. So let's try 50. And this little icon here in the it makes them, it links them so that the top and the bottom are equal. Okay, I'm going to make sure I save before I exit Visual Builder. Okay, next we're going to edit this section just below the slider. I want to add some text that says something a little bit about me, and then I want to have a photo of me, maybe with some artwork. So I'm going to go back to Enable Visual Builder. If I hover over this area, you'll see this dark section. If I click on the cog wheel, I can edit the text. So that was a text module. I'm going to add just some dummy copy because I don't have anything planned, but you should have your copy also in that folder with the elements. You should have all the copy written in advance so that you're ready to go. And I don't like this really wide margin, so I am going to click the fourth icon over in the row settings, and I'm going to change this to 2/3, 1/3. I'm also going to add a title because we really need to get a nice title in here so people and Google know where they are. So there it is, Susan Clifton Artist, or it could be Mixed Media Collage Artist. So I highlight it, and with this little drop down here I can choose heading 1. Every page should have at least one heading 1 and only one heading 1. You should also have a subhead so it can go before another paragraph. So it could say something like my process. And that could be an H2. Okay. So in order to control the font and the font size of both of these, you go to Design, Heading Text. Here's the first font. So if I want to make that's heading 1. If I want to make it semi-bold and maybe make it a little bigger. And then the other one was H2. I'm also going to make that as semi-bold, and I might make it a little smaller. But that's up to you. You can even change the color if you want. Okay, so I'm going to add another module. So you'll see this other plus button, this dark gray plus button. I'm going to click on that. It's going to bring up my module library. And in here, I'm going to look for image. If I click on this area, I can now upload to my image library. I'm going to navigate to my elements where I have a picture of myself. It's a piece of artwork. Don't forget to write an alt tag of some kind that kind of describes the picture. Okay, and there we go. So now we have a slider up at the top, and we have copy on the left and a picture on the right. And these could have been reversed as well. Depends on your preference. I'm going to hit the purple dot again and hit Save. And exit Visual Builder before I move on to the next page. Okay, we're going to go to Bio, and this is the default, and this time I'm going to show you how to create a page from the back end, just so you know how. So we're going to click on Use Divi Builder. We're going to say Build from Scratch. And I'm going to sort of reverse this again over here. I'm going to use the same 2/3, 1/3. I think that's what this is. might be 2/5, 3/5, I'm not really sure. Anyway, it's going to divide us up. Here, you could also, up here, you could search for image, and there it is. We're going to add an image. We're going to add a different picture. Again, alt tag. Then we're going to click over here and we're going to add a text. So text, and here we're going to copy in our Lorem Ipsum fake copy again, and we're going to hit update. And I'm going to look at what this looks like on the front end. Okay. Now, if you want something a little bit more interesting, like maybe another big image at the top, you can do something. I'll go find an image. I didn't plan it, but I will do that. Okay, so just so you could just to show you that you can change your mind, I'm going to go back because the page was looking kind of boring. So I'm going to add another section to the top. And I'm not going to put any modules in it. I'm just going to click and drag this to the top. And I am going to hit the cogwheel and add a background image. Now there's a couple of things I could do. Where is that picture? Here we go. This is a picture, just a panorama that I took with my cell phone in my studio. And it just gives a little bit of color. Now, how to make it bigger is we control padding top and bottom. So we can just get a little bit more. Okay, let's not forget that we have to have a title. Now we probably could say biography of Susan Clifton. You want to brand it as much as you can, and then save. You could also add a call to action. So how I like to do call to actions is I add another section, and I do a row like this, and in the first section I add my whatever the message is. Sure that I'm not using H1 again, so I'm going to use H2, but maybe I still want it to be bigger than that, so I go to H2 and make that bigger, and I'm going to add a button over here. Now let's make it contact. Now to make this really stand out, I'm going to make this a color. And I'm going to use that blue color, which means I then have to go into my button and make it white. And now I can even go in here and make this white. And my link for the button, I don't know if I showed that to you yet, is here. So this is how I always do it. I right click up here, I grab the copy link location, go back to my button, paste, and don't forget to save. Now, always check your mobile settings. So here's our mobile settings. Again, we still have to fix that header. And here is, okay, I want to show you how to troubleshoot using Chrome. So I've opened Chrome, the same website. You'll notice here I'm using, this is testsite.local. This is a local environment that I'm building this on. So I had a sneaky suspicion that that had something to do with that header not working. So I am just going to, outside of Divi, I'm going to right click using Chrome and go to Inspect. Then up here on the right hand side, you'll see this little toggle bar, and this allows me to now see this in various phone sizes. So this is what it looks like on a iPhone 6, 7, or 8. And notice how the header is working. And this is an iPad. So let's see if we can go Galaxy. Yep. And this is our mobile menu. So it's looking pretty good. Visit me next time for part 3, where we are going to build an artist statement, a portfolio, and a contact page. If you like this type of content, you want me to shoot more videos on art marketing, then please subscribe to my channel and then mention it in a comment, and also let me know what it is you'd like me to cover in the future, and I will. So help me build this channel, help me figure out what kind of content it is that you're looking for, and I promise you I will deliver. Please come again soon, and bye-bye.